So how do you balance AI and human intelligence at work right now? I'm going to give you 3 ways to do that will help you do your work better right now. So for now, and this is sort of obvious and it won't be true forever, but right now it still is, check everything that AI does still. Don't be complacent about that. So all of us who have been using ChatGPT for the last 2 years since it came out understand that an insane improvement in ChatGPT has happened from November of 2022 to December of 2024. It's crazy how much better it is. It mostly made mistakes at the beginning 2 years ago, and now it's mostly correct, but it still does make mistakes. And it still makes inferences that are not correct. So what is the important point here? The important point is do not become complacent about using AI. It's easy to do, right? You just turn off your brain and let an AI do all your writing or analysis. This is not a good work strategy. You need to stay engaged and not be complacent. Why? Because one thing humans can do that an AI still cannot even come close to doing is critical thinking. Critical thinking means you question everything. You don't just take things at face value. This is particularly true of anything you read on the internet, by the way, because a lot of stuff is not true. And if you let this critical thinking skill atrophy, you will become a follower, not a leader. You do not want that in your work career or your life, but you especially don't want that in your work career. Why? Because people who just do the minimum or be complacent or don't question things don't advance. You're much more likely to be laid off. You're much more likely to be fired. And you do not want the personal trauma that goes along with those issues. Trust me, if you've been through unemployment before, you already know that. So check everything that your AI does at work. Don't be complacent. Question everything. Use critical thinking. That's number 1. However, number 2 is leverage AI at work. Automate all of the routine, repetitive parts of your work that you can. Why? Because this frees you up to do value-added work, which makes you more valuable and more likely to be retained, more likely to be promoted, more likely to make more money. So how do you automate these routine, repetitive tasks? Right now, I'll give you 2 examples, but there's plenty of other ways to do it beyond what I'm about to say. But for the sake of brevity, 2 examples. One is stop typing. Both the Microsoft platform and the Apple platforms both have speech recognition software built in. Start speaking your emails, your documents that need to be written up, anything that you're typing at work right now, start gradually using the speech recognition more and more and more. Why? Because in the medium term, meaning 3 to 5 years, the keyboard will disappear, and this is the direction everything's going. So be ahead of the curve. It'll save you work. It'll automate these repetitive tasks, and then you can spend more work on value-add work, which I'll talk about with number 3. Another way is Microsoft Copilot. Use it if you have access to it. If you don't, get it. It's cheap, well worth it. So using speech recognition and Microsoft Copilot or its equivalent on whatever your platform is, if you use the Google platform, Gemini, etc. So use these tools, leverage them, gradually automate all of your routine tasks. And then big topic number 3, every day pick one most important project or task that does add value. Another way of putting it is it moves the needle to work on. Now, these value-added, moving the needle tasks may take more than a single day to work on, right? But you want to work on the most value-added task each day to the point of completion. So how do you effectively do this? Well, you need a time management tool. And the time management tool needs to be a good one. And for now, I would not use an AI-enabled one, which I've tried several of those. Why? Because you are the best judge still of what the most important task is and what's really going to move the needle for you at work today and reflect favorably on your performance at work. You are the best judge. What I am going to do is put a link below for the time management tool that I personally use. It's excellent, but you must do the daily training from start to finish. And there's several different levels of this, but you will be so much more productive. It's insane. So this is one of my real secrets to what I've been doing that I haven't shared before, but I'm sharing it now because it's cheap. There's a free version. There's a version that's $7 a month that's much more robust, and it's only $7 a month, and it's worth multiple times that. So check that link below. But again, to wrap this up, every day, pick the one task or project that adds the most value for you and your bosses at work. This is the path to success. If you do that consistently, you will keep getting promoted year after year after year. So thank you so much for tuning in. 3 big things. Check everything. Still, leverage AI as much as possible. I gave you 2 examples. Pick the one thing that really moves the needle. I suggest you use the link below. Check these things out, do these things, and you will have a successful, productive work life. So thanks again for tuning in. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and share it. Also, please support us on Patreon. $2 a month really helps. It's not much money, makes a big impact here. Or buy me a coffee. And thank you very much for doing that. I've already started to get people supporting us on Patreon, and it makes a difference. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.